Hello library students. Today I am going to show you 3 specific research strategies that are commonly used in the field. So the first strategy I'm going to talk about is the building block strategy. In the building block strategy, what you do is you take 2 separate searches and put them together, hoping that that will restrict your results. So in this instance, we can search for adoption, and we can look at our results. We can pick some that we want, some that we don't want, but we maybe are also interested in China specifically. So we have results about China. Maybe we'll find some things there, and then we will put those together and put adoption plus China. You see I'm using my Boolean operators in order to get a different kind of search. So maybe a search that's more specifically about adoption in China, where my results about adoption will give me a different kind of information, and my results about China will give me background information about China. So that's one specific search strategy. The second search strategy that we're going to talk about is successive fractions. And what successive fractions does is basically it's just adding more restrictions. You start with one topic or one subject term and add upon that. So we're going to start with submarines. And you can see that I have over 16,000 results for submarines. Well, that's too many for me to look through. So I'm going to kind of search through, look at my search terms that I have here, and I'm going to add the term warfare. So submarine warfare plus warfare gives me 801 results. That's still a lot of results. So what I'm going to do is look some more. Maybe I also am interested in submarine combat. So maybe I also want to add combat to that. And that gives me 9 results, much more doable. So that's successive fractions. The last search strategy that I'm going to talk about is pearl growing, and there are 2 different ways to do pearl growing. The first way is to start with an article that you are already familiar with. So I'm going to start with one that I know about. This article that I really like, Reader's Advisory, Matching Mood and Material. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the different subject headings from that. So I want articles that are similar, articles that have to deal with the same things. So maybe I'm going to look up information about reading interests and reference. So that only gives me 1 result. Maybe I just need to dial it back down to reading interests. Okay, so I found some things. Maybe this time I want to go with successive fractions and add some more restrictions to get down from 1,100 results. But that's generally how that works. You start with a seed, your main article, and then you add layers onto that by using different search terms. So the second way that you can do it, pearl growing, is through, instead of using subject terms, you can use article citations. And the easiest way for me to show you that is to go to, maybe not the most credible source, but one of the best sources, or most used sources, Wikipedia. So right now I'm looking for information about vaccine. So I'm going to put vaccine into my thing. I get an article that comes back with lots of information about vaccine, but you know, I don't really trust Wikipedia sources. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and you can see that there are all kinds of scholarly articles here, and what I'm going to do is just pick and choose from these scholarly articles to get some more credible results. So those are our 3 strategies in a nutshell. Enjoy.